Okay, so we'll continue the concept of process chains here. How do we have to create the process chains, and we are in the middle of the process chains, and this is the second video on process chains. In the first video, what we have done is, the first session we have just created a process chain in which we have introduced DTP and attributes loading the attributes for master data, and then later point of time we have introduced DSO and the data loading into the DSO, and then we have introduced a cube here now. And cube, what exactly we did in the cube is, like, we just dragged and dropped into it, and we are going to do another cube for this now. That's a Venda cube, and I double click on this Venda cube and automatically it will say delete indexes. If it's a delta upload, this is very useful to delete the indexes, which will give you the reference of the loading. And then we'll select all these things, roll up of aggregates. As I told you, roll up of aggregates is like, updating the aggregates with the latest data. If let's say we have scheduled it for 1 month, it will update only the latest 1 month data. And just then we are creating a process chain, and we have to create a variant for each and every step that we have selected here now. So in that we have PC9, it's already been there. So I'll start off this one with something around 21, and then PC21 for JH5, and just say OK. Then select this and save it and come back again. It will be PC22. You can see what exactly this process chain is for. This process variant is for generating indexes. So we'll say 22, and this JH5 PC22. Okay, and then we'll select this, save and back. And now this process variant that we are creating is for constructing the database statistics. For that we'll select underscore PC23 for JH5, something like that, and then select this and save it back. Even though if it's not selected, it's okay, because that's the only value that we have. PC24, and then we have JH5 PC24, and just say OK. Select this and save it, and then back. Then we are going for, and this process variant is for roll up of filled aggregates. So I hope this would be the last one. PC25 for JH5, and say OK, and just select this and save and back. And then once it's been done, so we have to select all these things. Then we need to just let's drag and drop behind this. Now once it's been done, I'll drag and drop down. Now we don't have a link here. Unless and until we have a link, it's not going to work out there. So what are we going to do is, here I'll just select, I'll just map it from here to here. When I map it here, so the system will ask me, do you want to do it successful if it's errors, or either way? So I want to set either way, because the first cube and second cube does not have any dependencies. Only thing we want to make sure that whether it's failed or successful, all the loads should not run at one time. That's what is our concept. So we want to run one video first, and then one cube first, and then the next cube again. So there is no dependencies, so we'll say always and say OK. So once it's been done, it'll show you like this, and we can also just to make it proper, so we can do it like this and just save that. And here either way, you can see the symbol, it shows that it's either way, and save and activate. When you process this, database statistics isn't there, so I'll just want to delete this. You can remove process, so you can remove that process and just save it, and you can just click on this activate. So once it has been active, okay, once this process has been active, because it has some dependencies, we didn't had any aggregates, so that's the reason it was showing like that. So generate indexes. So in this way we just schedule that, and roll up of aggregate. So I just drag it and drop from here always, and say OK, No, only if it's successful. Say OK, and then because we deleted one particular path there, so we can always have this, and we can have this adjustment. Okay. Right. So in this way we have to make sure that everything is proper. And one more thing is, like, see, if you're not able to see this, we can also reduce the size. So we have here down, so we can reduce the size and see everything. And if everything goes well, now one more thing is, like, see, if you double click on a particular process, okay, if you double click on this particular process, and that particular process, what exactly happened, we can just go into it and see that. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, then back. We can edit as well. If we have the authorizations to do that. If you don't have the authorizations, then we cannot do that. Okay, and one more thing is the process chains. In the process chains, we can add another process chain. For that, what we have to click is, once the process chain is created, we have to click on this button, process types. So it will show you, and this is the process chains actually. So process chains, and it will show you in this particular process chain we can also add the process type, and what exactly is the process type that we want to enter. We can just select that, and we can drag and drop into our process chain. So we can make a meta chain with a combination of multiple process chains. Okay, so we can create a meta chain which is a multiple process chains combination, which we are not covering it here right now in this particular session. So we can also do that, for which it's called meta chain. And once it has been done and saved and successfully done, what are we going to do is, we are going to monitor this in RSPCM transaction. In the RSPCM transaction code, it's been failed, so because of some reason. So when it was executed, 11/7. Okay, so our particular process isn't there here. So what are we going to do is, we are going to introduce here. So we have to click on this create add chain, and in this, you know what, you can add only those process chains which we have in where? RSPC. Whatever RSPC process chains we have, only those things we can add it here. So we'll just select F4 and we'll select that. What is the process chain that we have? JH5PC1, and just say OK. And once it's been added, it's in gray out. So you can select that and monitor. So when you double click on this, if something is there, it's red, you can double click on that. So if you double click on this, it will again take you to the process chain here in a display mode. Okay, so this. Yes, and we can also add one more JH5 and one more. Yeah, we can go into edit mode, and we can also edit the process chain as well. But when you are doing it in a project, we cannot do it so simply. We have to take the permissions. So JH5 JH_PC1, you can add that, select that, and then you can just display that. So display is not coming because. Okay, so this is the process chain that we have. Okay, so the process chain that we want to monitor, and we can just monitor that and see that, and everything goes well, then you can go back and go back into our process chain and then do that. So we can introduce, in this way we can introduce the process chains in the RSPCM, and then we can execute it and monitor it. Okay, this is what we have. This is all about the process chain, and process chains will have lot of work on process chains, especially in the support project. In the implementation part, we are not going to do exclusively the process chains, because process chains is a part of support work. We just monitor it, and creation of process chains, of course, sometimes we have to do it in the implementation project also, but the monitoring part exclusively we'll do it in support projects a lot. Every day we are going to check the process chains, and we are going to monitor it. And in the offers, we'll get to know what exactly is the process chain timings. So if a particular process chain, if a particular load has to complete in 1 hour every day, today it is taking 5 hours, it's still in yellow, we know that something is wrong. So even before it turns into red, we are going to go into it and fix it, and then we have to do that. Okay, so this is about the process chains.